It is the 2022 Concacaf Women's Under-20 Soccer Championship, match number 4 of today in the round of 16, the knockout round. It is Guatemala and Bermuda, live from Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic, the Estadio Félix Sánchez. I'm Sam Fryman with you on the call. It's great to have you all with us for this game. The pitch conditions for tonight, rain definitely in the forecast. It was a big factor in a few of the earlier games today, specifically Panama versus Jamaica, as well as one you may have just watched, Mexico and Curacao. But things have at least dried up for now. It's going to be under the lights. Guatemala taking on Bermuda. Guatemala, the winners of Group H, with a record of 2-1-0 in a group that included Panama, Guyana, and Honduras. And then winners from the qualifying round, the champions of Group A, Bermuda. They win that round with an undefeated record, did not concede a single goal in that group, defeated the likes of St. Vincent and the Grenadines, as well as that same team again on September the 18th. Johnny Simmons has really been the star for them. But a lot of very good conditions tonight. The pitch a little muddied up from that earlier game. We'll see if it plays a factor into any one of these players. It was a big 9-0 win for Mexico, but in this game, you should expect it to be a lot closer, these two teams, a lot more evenly matched. As I mentioned, Guatemala coming out of Group H with a 2-1-0 record. They defeated Jamaica 1-0 back on February the 26th, and then took a draw against Haiti 1-1 in what was a very physical game for the Guatemalans. There were 10 different players given yellow cards with 2 red cards. It was actually Leslie Ventura, the midfielder, picking up the red card for Guatemala in that one. And then on March the 2nd, just a few days ago, they defeat Cuba 3-2. It's the first time the Guatemalans have made it beyond the group stage in this, their 5th tournament appearance in the Concacaf U20 Championship. I'm just waiting for the teams to emerge from their respective tunnels and get a few of the starting lineups out there for what is sure to be a fantastic game here in Santo Domingo. See which team joins Mexico in the next round of this Under-20 championship and inches that one step closer towards FIFA Under-20 Women's World Cup qualification.
Damas y caballeros, favor ponerse de pie para escuchar el himno nacional de Guatemala. Damas y caballeros, por favor, mantenerse de pie para escuchar el himno nacional de Bermuda.
Anthem's over, and it's time to get this game started. As you see the starting lineup for Guatemala, Elisa Tejas wearing the captain's C for them. Most of these players coming from the club team of Unifut Rosal, one of the biggest club teams in Guatemala for the women's game. Starting 11 for them, Edie Espinoza, the head coach for them. And a look at the official crew. Elisa Borjas Pastrana of Honduras, lead referee. Assistant referees Lourdes Noriega of Honduras and Brooke Mayo of the United States, with fourth official Carly Shaw McLaren, Canadian. Teams get the coin toss. Guatemala chooses to defend the left side of the pitch. And the teams will be ready to go. Bermuda in those bright pink kits, Guatemala in blue. You see the VAR room. VAR referee for tonight, Francia Gonzalez of Mexico, as well as Chantal Boudreau, another Canadian referee, VAR assistant for Concacaf. As the two teams get prepared to go under the lights here in Santo Domingo, as you take a look at the Bermuda starting lineup. Zakari Turner in goal, along with the defense of Koa Goodchild, Zorena Anderson, Samara Darrell, G.A. Gibbons. And you have to look also at the defender, Johnny Simmons. She's been one of the big goal scorers for Bermuda so far in this tournament. Has gotten multiple goals for them in each one of their games in the qualifying round. Emily Cabral wearing the captain's C. And teams out of the huddle. Guatemala very pumped up. Bermuda no doubt the same, as one of them will advance out of the round of 16. Guatemala looking to do so for the first time in their 5th tournament appearance. This is the first time they've made it beyond the group stage, and wouldn't it be impressive for them to make it to the round of 8? Bermuda, they got to the round of 16 last year as a wild card team, and will look to improve on that strong start to their program. Another relatively early one amongst these CONCACAF teams. As you see on your screen, Bermuda going to be going downfield right to left, Guatemala left to right. Referees getting ready for the final signals. There goes the whistle, and we are underway in the Dominican Republic. Bermuda with possession early on. Back to their goaltender, Zakari Turner. Quick kick out of play. As I mentioned, Johnny Simmons, you're going to see her back there on defense wearing number 7. Multiple goals for them in the qualifying round, and a couple of late ones too. Got one in penalty time in the 94th minute against St. Vincent and the Grenadines. It's part of a 5-0 win, and did not concede a single goal in that qualifying round 1 Group A, and that's what gets them into this knockout round of the tournament. Yasmin Castellanos going to throw it in for Guatemala and quickly back out. Early minutes. We'll See how much the teams will try to feel each other out or go forward with a quick counterattack. Bermuda up. Here's Caitlin Medeiros. Medeiros plays it forward. Guatemala able to collect first. Jemery Mivet tries to send it out of trouble. Playing very close defense is Bermuda thus far. And it will be Guatemala possession. And they will take the throw in back further towards the goal. It's going to be Mivet. More of a 4-3-4 scheme for Guatemala as they head up the right side. Bermuda now, Serena Anderson. Try to push Dina Polanco off of the ball there. Good defensive work. And Polanco can take the free kick. Midfield, Polanco plays it in, headed out just as quickly by Bermuda. Getting a foot on it now, Elisa Tejas, captain of this Guatemala team. Bermuda working up, it is Medeiros. Loses it now, back the other way, Tejas. She gets one to the shin, it looked like there. Early minutes here. We see the replay. Tejas got caught with the foot. Bermuda trying to go up the middle. It's a battle of the two number 8s there. Janae Edwards, Bermuda, Tejas, Guatemala. The ball goes out. Throw in Bermuda. Picked up just as quickly. Moving up the left side, Castellanos. Still Guatemala possession. And played into the corner. And that will become a Guatemala quarter kick. The first one to take it will be Polanco. Dina Polanco for Guatemala. Hasn't scored a goal yet this tournament. But in their 2 wins, only 2 goals total for this Guatemala team. Plays it in with the right foot, looking for the header. Couldn't get one from Sandro Ovando. Still with Guatemala in possession. And again sent in, but easily bounces to the goaltender, Zakari Turner. Slows down the play. Sends it long with the right foot. In the middle of the pitch. Sent up with the left foot. He's trying to catch a streaking Johnny Simmons. But still Bermuda works. Sent up the right side. Tried to get to it. Shashule Dowling. But misses it. Still remains with Bermuda possession. Thrown into Emily Cabral. Once again in the middle. Tried to get that shot off. Guatemala can take it back the other way. Taken away from Celsa Cruz. Some good back and forth in the early minutes between these two teams. Serena Anderson on the throw-in. Back to the Bermuda end. And springing up the right side, it is Kayla Romero. Romero tries to cut to the middle. Ball taken away from her and sent out of play. It's a good idea for the Guatemalans up the right side. Romero, a lot of speed at that forward position. Had one of the lone Guatemala goals in this tournament against Cuba. Very close to being offside, but she stays there. Now Bermuda kick. Webb. The left side fighting for it there was Polanco for Guatemala. Thought about taking the throw in, but we'll give it off instead. Jiquin. Polanco double teamed. Bermuda takes her off of the ball, but they're unable to gain possession. Through the middle. Ball played forward just beyond Cruz. With the left foot, Castellanos trying to catch a running Cruz. Not enough room for her to get that ball before it goes out. Again, good stretch passes. Guatemala upfield. And we'll see how Bermuda counters as they now have possession. Got out of the air. Again taken by Guatemala. Good foot by Jiquin. Get that ball free. Pressing up with two forwards now are Bermuda. They almost went back the other way. Courtesy of Medeiros. Now big ball lobbed forward. It's a little past Romero. Still Guatemala gains the corner. Thrown by Daniela Jiquin. Gets it. Tries to turn the corner around Anderson. Sends it to the middle. Deflected back out by Bermuda. Some early striking now for Guatemala. Again on the throw-in. Sending it to the middle. That was again Jiquin. Bermuda up through the middle. Yasmin Castellanos gives it forward and out of play again. Good tie-up. Neither team really trying to push an aggressive pace so far. A few good back and forth possessions. Throw in by Castellanos. Out just as quickly, Bermuda ball. From Goodchild, back to the Bermuda defense. On the right side and into the middle, taken away. That pass intended for Cabral. And almost rushing towards it was Cruz for Guatemala. Trying to push the Guatemalan pace there. See for the first time, Coach Edie Espinosa. Now working through the middle once again. Here is Kayla Romero. Tried to pass it across, but too many pink jerseys around her. Bermuda, big ball, and racing after it, and getting ahead. Medeiros, shot missed. Great run. And Caitlin Medeiros, the midfielder. It's in a race with Jeremy Mivet. And she's just able to get back, prevent that golden scoring opportunity. Best Bermuda's looked so far this end of the pitch. They will get a corner that Cabral will take. Emily Cabral. Crosses with the right foot into the middle. Unable to get the left on it cleanly was Gibbons. Cabral again with the corner. Referee's just reminding the players, watch your hands inside the box. Cabral again, the right foot. Outside the box, Guatemala will look to counter. Good tackle, and taken away by Goodchild. And a player down there. Make it 2 now for Guatemala, both Tejas and Celsa Cruz. Beg your pardon, that second player down was actually Sandra Ovando. Both of them, Ovando and Cruz, getting little medical attention now. Definitely some physicality between these two teams so far. A couple shins come together there. I mentioned earlier with Guatemala that game against Haiti back on February the 28th. 10 different players receiving yellow cards. So definitely not a team that's afraid to play physically. But they'd rather not have that much referee interference here in the knockout stage. So we approach the 15th minute of play. Still no goals up on the board. And Guatemala will take possession of the ball. Yvette in the defense, go to work. Castellanos. Big ball played forward, it stays in bounds. And now picking up that one. Good intercept from Romero, she shoots, goes high. Thought it was held in there by Polanco. But an excellent ball forward. I'm not sure some of the Bermuda players thought would be kept in bounds. And just off of the top post, a shot from Kayla Romero. Again, off of a turnover for this Guatemala team. It's where they've had a couple of their most dangerous chances as they nearly had another turnover there. Bermuda now the throw-in, Zarena Anderson. Calmed out of the air by Edwards. Played forward, Guatemala takes it away. Up through the middle again, they hit Cruz. Now, down low in the penalty area again, rushing forward was Romero. He's been playing high in this game along with Cruz, those two striker positions. Another Guatemalan throw-in. Tentative to get to that one first was Castellanos. But still they gain possession. Bermuda now. Middle of the pitch, they were all over Cabral. It will be Castellanos again on the throw-in. Sends it. Novando pushed over. They gain a quick kick. Tejas now. Just wanting to get a little line drawn. And for the free kick. Left side of the field. Lisa Tejas sending some players forward with the right foot. With some room, tried to get a deflection there off of her right foot was Ovando. But no players around her. Bermuda will look to counter. Espinoza, Guatemala head coach on the bench, expressing a little bit of frustration in his players' strategy. Bermuda with space now. The left side of the field. Trying to work around Polanco there. Zorena Anderson gets it up the field. Taken away now by Guatemala. Good pass through the middle to Cruz. Corralled by Zakani Turner. Midfield, gotten down by Bermuda. Can't quite send it forward. Picked up by Dina Polanco. Polanco just threw her feet on the right side. Bermuda the quick throw in. Bermuda move forward. Medeiros looking for the pass, gets it away. Dina Polanco back to the defense. Passing between Chiquin and Polanco. Up ice. Getting to it was Cruz. Trying to sprint some players forward. She does so to Polanco. Beg your pardon, Tarago. Missing on that left foot attempt. But again, passes really connecting to these Guatemalan strikers. Just haven't been quite right on the boot. Another corner. This one appears to be taken by Tejas again. Team captain. Corner, struck with the right foot. Header. Bermuda gets it away to the other side. It will again be a Guatemala corner. Thrown in. Polanco fighting off the Bermuda advances. And they corral back on their side of the pitch, says Guatemala. Up the left side, falling over there was Yasmin Castellanos. Still keeps possession for her team. Along the left side here. Trying to shove off a few Bermuda players around her. That was just Shuli Dowling. Castellanos will be given the kick. Again, trying those long stretch passes, Guatemala. That one nearly picked up by Cruz. Ray Anderson for Bermuda. And that one gets sent out. Another Guatemala corner. Dina Polanco there to take it. Lofted in with the right foot. Deflected out of the box by Bermuda. Trying to keep it right in with Joaquin. Gets it away to Polanco. Polanco not quite enough power on that cross. An easy save made by Zakari Turner. Still scoreless, nearly at the halfway point of the first half. Racing up to it again. Kayla Romero. Met there by Samara Durrell. Bermuda can kick it out. Good header forward, but two players collide. Trinae Edwards was one. The other for Guatemala, Sandra Ovando. Possibly some head-on-head contact there. Yes, that's exactly what it was. One of the worst points of contact you can have in soccer. And Edwards especially appears to be in a lot of pain. Both of these players getting quick medical attention. And you always hope with a collision like that, there's no severe injury to one player or another. Both teams a small chance to get some water, collect themselves. Still in a scoreless game here in Santo Domingo. Round of 16 matches. Sandra Ovando now up to her feet. She appears to be okay for now. Trinae Edwards still sitting. Just getting checked out. It looks like Edwards is going to be taken off the pitch here. We'll see who Bermuda gets subbed in for her. This kick will belong to Bermuda. After a collision between two players, they get it back going. Here is Cabral, the captain. Good up the right side, but out. Guatemala takes over. Castellanos, quick throw into Tejas, and now back as Tejas goes down after a collision. Gets back up just as quickly, just a little shot to her right ankle, it appeared. Again in. Castellanos back to the defense. Guatemala, their offensive chances have all been good stretch passes, looking to catch that one. Bermuda back the other way. Through the middle, that was Dowling. And good to see Edwards back in the game, just taking a little bit of time on the sideline, so no substitution there for Bermuda. Guatemala again looking back the other way, up the right side. Ball that was well beyond Kayla Romero, and out. kick again for Bermuda. Time of possession so far you would say has belonged to Guatemala, but not absolutely dominated by them. Bermuda has certainly had their chances. And up through the middle. And back to the goaltender as striker high remains Emily Cabral. Cabral with few goals in that game against St. Vincent and Grenadines back in September. Got Bermuda into this tournament. Taking a little shove from behind there, Elisa Tejas. Edie Espinoza continues to watch on. Guatemala getting ever closer to the net the last few minutes. And there will be another free kick that Tejas will take. Bermuda forms the wall. Players discussing exactly what to do. Tejas sends it in. Whistle goes. Cross with the right foot, looking to the middle. Comes back to the top of the penalty area with the left foot. Off of the post again. Rebound comes down and just missing it. Was sent to Cruz, my goodness. Chance for Dina Polanco that went off the post, and Cruz with the rebound. When Zakari Turner couldn't quite corral the initial shot, let's take a look again. Right from the top of the semicircle, goes off the top post, bounces right in front of Cruz, and just sends it high with the right foot. What a stroke of luck there for Bermuda. And what a sequence for Guatemala.
I forget about that. Good job,
Cruz is getting to her feet again. An amazing effort inside the penalty area. Guatemala just that close to getting the first goal of this game. We enter the 31st minute. Just another look of exactly how she was hurt. Went down to her knees as Zakari Turner, Bermuda goaltender, tried to get out, kick that ball away with the right foot as opposed to making the save as she saw Cruz coming. A good work by the Bermuda goaltender as well. Another corner going to be taken by Tejas. Crosses it with the right foot. Again looking for the header. One comes out. And again it was Cruz on the try. And Bermuda finally alleviates the pressure a bit. Across midfield. Looking to go through the middle, then thinking better of it there is Daniela Jiquin. Castellanos, big ball forward, looking for Cruz again. Bermuda goaltender gets there before both her and Kayla Romero. Playing those two forwards high, it's Romero and Cruz that have had the bulk of the chances for Guatemala, as well as Dina Polanco. The left side now, Castellanos. Pass forward, loses possession. Lisa Tejas back to Castellanos. Tejas, the captain, good right foot forward. Again, find Cruz in stride. Tries to cross with the left foot. Good move there. Now finally pushed out of play by Zarena Anderson of Bermuda. And Guatemala gains another corner.
Hey guys, everything out.
Lisa Tejas, captain of this Guatemala team.
Guys, let's start, please.
Again, looked across it into the middle with the right foot. Almost a header there from Ovando. She got tied up, ball still in the penalty area. And just spins over the line and out of play. And Bermuda again, lucky to alleviate all this pressure from the forwards of Guatemala. Now, how do they turn this into offense of their own? In the middle, it's Caitlin Medeiros. Loses control. Celsa Cruz sends it into the middle. Didn't hit Polanco. Guatemala still with possession. Here's Kayla Romero. Plays it forward, trying to elbow her way through. It's Dina Polanco. Met there aggressively by Zernia Webb of Bermuda. She keeps trying, but eventually is met. And it will be Tejas again with the kick. Tejas and Dina Polanco setting up behind the ball for the free kick. Polanco takes it into the middle, looking for the header and almost with the left foot. Again with Celsa Cruz. And boy, has she been hunting for one, in the penalty area especially. Has 3 goals already in this tournament, 1 against Haiti, 2 against Cuba. Just missing on her 4th. Bermuda, once again, they send it as far as the midfield. They have to really start pushing into Guatemala's end now. Chasing after that one was Kayla Medeiros. But back in, now taken away, once again by Cruz. Settles it down with the right foot, wide of the cage. And she cannot believe it. It is where she has done all of her damage so far in this game. We've got about 10 minutes to go in the first half. Great job settling that ball with the left foot. But just a little too high on the strike with the right. And Bermuda, between the defense, they kick it out of trouble. And again, Polanco doing a great job halting any bit of the Bermuda momentum. Beg your pardon, Marita Tarago. Sandra Ovando. Again, into the middle. The players would have been offside. Bermuda holds. And you have to wonder how long they can play this tight defensive game. Certainly can't do it forever. But they will take a scoreless game right now against Guatemala with how much they've been pushing. Up the right side. Ball through for Romero. And still with Guatemala possession along midfield. Minutes counting down in the first half. Still a scoreless game in Santo Domingo. Taken away by Bermuda. Trying to work up once again, Kayla Medeiros. A good battle with Mivet. She takes it away for Guatemala. Sent up by Castellanos. Cruz trying to settle it. Does so with the left foot. She's double teamed, tried to get it back to Castellanos, taken away by Bermuda. Up the pitch they go with Trinae Edwards, taken away just as quickly. And now hitting Romero. Couldn't get that one settled, as she had both Serena Anderson and Zamira Webb surrounding her. But Kayla Romero, as well as Celsa Cruz, is ready to be sprung in stride with any one of those kicks downfield by Guatemala. They gain a corner that Dina Polanco will take. Dina Polanco, cross with the right foot, into the middle. Knocked out by Bermuda. Racing towards it, they get the ball up. Polanco, up the right side. Settles it down, again tries to cross with the right foot off the chest of their Bermuda defense there. That was Koa Goodchild. Edie Espinoza continues to look on. Guatemala continuing to get chance after chance. On my count, at least their 5th or 6th corner of the first half. Polanco, low one. It's easily blocked out by the Bermuda defense. And now a throw-in. Thrown in by Daniela Jiquin. Bermuda gets it to midfield. Yasmin Castellanos plays it up for Cruz. Settles it back to Castellanos. Guatemala continuing to push forward. Castellanos the throw in. Held there by Maria Tarago. Keeping possession with this Guatemala team. Simply pushing Bermuda farther and farther back towards their own net. Castellanos throw in intended for Cruz. Bermuda defense trying to push out. Castellanos, some good footwork. And they let it go. Finally, Bermuda ball. They can get a kick from the goalie to send it all the way down the pitch. Just a handful of minutes to go in the first half, not including injury time. Zakari Turner, their Bermuda goaltender. Big kick with the right foot. And about out there trying to settle it. Guatemala will take back possession, closing in on the net. Sandra Ovando trying to turn the corner now, Tarago. And out in the corner. Castellanos looking for the pass into the middle, will take it herself. Tried to cross with the left foot, but out. And another corner. Captain Elisa Tejas go and get it for Guatemala. Tejas not yet with a goal in this tournament, wearing the captain's band. She will once again try to send the cross in. With the right foot, Ovando tried it. Now it gets back. And still in the penalty area, trying to send it through with the right foot. That was Nelia Priego, number 3, the try. And the Bermuda defense really having to work overtime in this first half. Settled down and sent into the middle. Right idea, but no players around to receive the pass from Daniela Jaquin. You have to think of what kind of offensive attack Bermuda will try to establish in the final few minutes of this half and going into the second. I'm sure they'll be pleased to still be tied with Guatemala. But they need to turn this good defense into offense. Good run after the ball between Medeiros and Priego. In Guatemala, free kick, a little beyond midfield. Kick, taken by G.A. Gibbons. And into the middle, diving onto that ball. Having to make her first big save of the match, Fabiola Montenegro. And for the first time, seemingly since the opening whistle, Guatemala back in their own end. Working up, ball given to Sandra Ovando. Right side of the pitch now, Nayla Priego. Looking for that big pass downfield. Running after it is Romero. And sending it out, Zamira Webb for Bermuda. Jaquin with the throw-in. Trying to turn the corner with it. They get it back to Jaquin. Time ticking down in the first half. Bermuda has done a great job defensively and coming up with some big saves. Is that woman right there, Zakari Turner. Right side, moving up, Shishule Dowling. Tried to play it forward for Medeiros. And the flag goes up, Guatemala possession. And a yellow card given now for that last shove. And it will be on Caitlin Medeiros. Few aggressive shoves and a hold to Jamari Mivet, trying to get that ball for Guatemala. And the first yellow card of the match belongs to Bermuda. And 5 minutes of injury time added onto the clock. So still plenty of time for either one of these teams to get a late goal to end this first half. Good ball chip forward, looking for Medeiros, and now on the run with it. Dowling couldn't cross it into the middle. Had Johnny Simmons, the biggest goal scorer in this Bermuda lineup, going to the front of the net. And Bermuda gains their first corner of the match. Here's Emily Cabral to take their corner. Sent in, headed out by Dina Polanco. Kept in play, Guatemala sends it forward. Again, it's the two pushed up in the striker positions. Celsa Cruz and Kayla Romero. As that went out of play. A good child to throw in for Bermuda. Corralled by the Guatemala defense. Nayla Priego. Looking for the pass. Gets it to Shaquin. Back and kept just in play by Priego. Three minutes of injury time passed, still 2 more to go. Sent out of play. Guatemala trying for a late half push here. Crossed in, but beyond Cruz. Turner waiting for the penalty area to clear. And now we'll boot it. The Guatemala defense now trying to do their part. Defend a late assault from Bermuda. Dorena Anderson with the throw-in. Here's Medeiros. Couldn't send it into the middle. Slight block there by Tejas. Again, Bermuda trying to push. Edwards back to the defense. Now up the left side and out of play. Referee signals okay for the throw-in. Trying to hit Medeiros again. Thought she was going to be off to the races, Romero, but just rolls out of play before she can get to that ball. A lot of stoppage time for both these teams to work, and now trying to turn the corner. Johnny Simmons, you know how dangerous she is. Goal scoring comes back to Medeiros. Couldn't get the right foot through. And that one sent up and out. It's a good cross intended for Caitlin Medeiros. Got the right foot on it. The late block. One final push perhaps for Guatemala. Big ball up the right side. Cruz wasn't sure about getting to it. Romero now onto that ball. Sends it forward to Cruz. Quickly tried to tap it back. Missing the header out of the air, Trine Edwards for Bermuda. And there is the whistle for the end of the first half. 50 minutes gone, 45 and perhaps a little more still to go in a scoreless game here in Santo Domingo between Guatemala and Bermuda. Chances abound for both sides offensively, but still none getting past the goaltenders. Under the lights in Santo Domingo for the Concacaf Women's Under-20 Championships, this game between Guatemala and Bermuda. And in the first half, although there were no goals, there were highlights aplenty. A couple crossbars hit early on by Guatemala as a good intercept by Kayla Romero just goes high. And Bermuda, they had their chances as well. Good defensive play. But again, balls come out, and then look at this right here. Celsa Cruz, she's got multiple goals in this tournament so far. She got a fortunate bounce right to her after the initial shot from Dina Polanco went off of the top bar. She charges in there to get it before goaltender Zakari Turner. They both dive for it, and Cruz just sends it high. And again, it was Cruz and the like, just taking advantage of all of these intercepts, that trio really of her, Kayla Romero, and Dina Polanco, as she sends that one just wide with the right foot. Best chance for Bermuda so far as a rebound nearly came out to Trenae Edwards. She was shaken up a bit earlier in this half, but she's gotten right back out there. But that is how we end half number one between Guatemala and Bermuda. A scoreless game in Santo Domingo. And your first half stats, the official shots on goal, 2-0 in favor of Guatemala. 10 shots total for them, 2 for Bermuda. A lot of fouls being committed by Bermuda, though, and they have the lone yellow card in this game, 11 of them. And the corners, few have gone to Bermuda. Welcome back to Santo Domingo. Estadio Félix Sánchez. Elimination round in the women's under-20 championships for Concacaf. Guatemala and Bermuda deadlocked in a 0-0 game under the lights. Chances abound for both teams. Guatemala the slight advantage in time of possession. Definitely had a few more corner kicks in that first half. Looking to prevail and get past both this group stage and the round of 16 for the first time since they've been a program competing in this tournament. Switching sides of the field. And it looks like they will make a few substitutions to begin the second half. Will Guatemala. And it will be number 6, Maria Contreras, in for Maria Tarago. And that the lone substitution for Guatemala. Switching sides of the pitch, Guatemala, from your vantage point in mind, now going to be moving right to left. Bermuda left to right in the pink kits against the Guatemalan blue. Will we see a game winner in this second half, or will we perhaps need more time than that? Only the players know how to decide that one, and we are underway for the final, possibly the final 45 minutes of play. We are still deadlocked here at Estadio Félix Sánchez. Stark contrast to the earlier 3 p.m. game, in which Mexico got a 9-0 win over Curacao. And Bermuda with the early throw-in. Look to get it there to Caitlin Medeiros. And Guatemala going to push quickly back up the field. Into the middle, trying to hit Cruz. Now to the left side, just a little ahead of Castellanos. Bermuda sends it back, but out. Guatemala possession. The newest substitution, Maria Contreras, playing at Nova Southeastern University.
Damas y caballeros, sustitución por el equipo de Guatemala. Sale con el número 11, María Tarago. Entra el partido con el número 6, María Contreras, al minuto 46.
With the throw-in, Yasmin Castellanos. Not quite settled down by Contreras. Here's Bermuda back the other way, Trinae Edwards. Gets it to Shishule Dowling. Pushed, trying to keep it in to prevent an out behind the net. It's Fabiola Montenegro. An aggressive play early on. Bermuda's head coach, Julissa Robinson. Has to be proud of good push the first 2 minutes here for her team, and they gain a corner kick. Only their third of the game, trying to break the stalemate. Crossed in. Headed out, still in the penalty area. Cruz trying to work it out, and she does so. Celsa Cruz, a good defensive play to add to her solid offensive game so far tonight. Bermuda continues to push. They have some room. Crossed over. They couldn't get it down. They were looking for Johnny Simmons. Score of 4 goals so far in this tournament, all of them in the qualifying round for Bermuda. Throw-in now, Zarina Anderson. Booted by Contreras, but not farther down the pitch. Bermuda still with control. Here is Edwards. Across, and given some room. Bit of a soft cross by Shishule Dowling. And Guatemala, not quite the start we saw from them in the first half, at least in terms of time of possession. But certainly have time on their side. And now a good run, being caught in stride. Here's Dina Polanco, trying to work her way around Goodchild. Just gets to the edge of the pitch and out. Again, Bermuda, given that Guatemala attack, played some really solid defense in the first half. And a lot of it was also thanks to their goaltender there, Zachary Turner. And now up. Bermuda again looks to push. Contreras in midfield. Couldn't hold on to that ball. Medeiros sends it back and up with the left foot. Cabral, the Bermuda captain, but a little beyond Johnny Simmons. Throw in by Jaquin. Got into Kayla Romero. Bullied off of that ball. In the middle now. Cabral keeping up the Bermuda possession. Along the right side, Dowling. Looking to settle that ball down, work around Castellanos. Shoves her right off of the ball, does Castellanos. Aggressive defensive play. Prevent that cross from Dowling. In Guatemala, where will their attack come from? Saw a lot from Cruz, a lot from Romero, a lot from Dina Polanco in that first half. Bermuda up the right side now. Just beyond the foot there of Dowling. Back to Guatemalan possession. Castellanos will try to throw in one more time. Castellanos to Contreras. Big left foot from Contreras. And now going into the middle, trying to beat the goaltender there with a shot. Rebound came out. Henner, and again missing with the right foot. Golden opportunities for Guatemala, and several of them belong to Kayla Romero. It's good first cross in by Yasmin Castellanos. Look at the run also made by Alicia Tejas. Get that ball to Romero. Headed it down, tried to gain possession with the right foot, but couldn't beat Zachary Turner. Here's Koa Goodchild, moving it up for Bermuda. Medeiros loses it to Guatemala's number 10, that being Dina Polanco, and shoves her over, picks up a whistle. From behind, got a bit of an elbow on her back as Polanco goes down. Guatemala free kick just beyond midfield. Yasmin Castellanos to take it. To Polanco. Hit with the hand up high, looked like a Goodchild. Ball almost right to the face also. Another free kick for Guatemala. Dina Polanco gonna go to it. Drops it off. Castellanos gets it to Polanco. Tries to halt at the corner, back to Castellanos. Yasmin Castellanos moving in from the back end. The ball stays with Guatemala possession. She gets a quick throw in. Tejas hits it back out of the penalty area. One lofted softly and out of play by Sandro Ovando. Edie Espinosa, Guatemala head coach, looks on. Hasn't been too animated along the sidelines to his players. They've played a good, evenly matched game, as has Bermuda under Julissa Robinson. Guatemala now. Castellanos and to slide into that one. Good tackle there on Dowling. The ball stays Guatemala possession. Here is Castellanos. Sends it in Contreras. Good ball up, just missed Medeiros into the Guatemalan goaltender. So still not quite seeing the Guatemalan attack that was quite present in the first half. Limited to a back and forth game right now. Ball lofted high in the air, gotten down by Cruz. It's taken off of that one by Cabral. And now push forward with some room now, trying to settle it down. It's Tejas. She scores! Alicia Tejas! Guatemala's captain, and in the 56th minute, she breaks the stalemate. 1-0. Beautiful ball into the middle and hugs all around for Guatemala's number 8. He just keeps on sides, does Tejas, switches to the right foot. And although Turner dived the right way, could not get it. Excellent possession to get Koa Goodchild off of her. Alicia Tejas. And it is 1-0 Guatemala. Her goal officially coming in the 56th minute. And now how will Bermuda respond? Took us 56 minutes to get one goal. And will that be the goal in this game that sends Guatemala forward to the next round? With some room and on the run, Kayla Romero. On the far corner. And that ball spins off of her and out of play. So Alicia Tejas, she wears the captain's band. That is her first goal of this U20 women's tournament, and it comes at an incredibly opportune time. And now to take the corner kick, Maria Contreras. With the right foot, crossed in, headed up, but not out. Cruz keeps it, now down, batted in! They score again! Just over a minute later, this time it's Daniela Jaquin. And we were talking about Guatemala not quite pushing with the same offensive attack they had in the first half. As they do a little TikTok choreography for the camera. 2 goals separated by just over a minute and a half. And an excellent deflection header from Daniela Jaquin. Guatemala doubles their advantage. And now they have very tight control of this game. And a substitution now for Bermuda. G.E. Gibbons comes off. Ashley De Silva will come in wearing number 9. So Gibbons off, De Silva in.
Sale con el número
Will that
5.
change or change it all? Spark Bermuda. But here comes Guatemala right back in again. Getting ahead of the defense. Crossing it over is Tejas. And the shot by Cruz. This one saved by Turner. She was not going to give up 3 in as many minutes. But still, Elisa Tejas, Celsa Cruz continue this huge push from the Guatemala offense. It seems as if this team is now completely reinvigorated by those goals. They will push with a lot more pace. Getting control of that ball, Trinae Edwards for Bermuda. Sends it up, but headed back the other way. To it, Kayla Romero. Up the right side, gives it off to Jaquin. Just scored that goal. Cruz almost deflected that clearing attempt from Koa Goodchild, but it goes out of play. And the calm, cool expression of Edie Espinoza on the Guatemalan bench. Again, another corner to be taken by Contreras. Contreras, ball in, couldn't be headed, goes out of the penalty area with a quick turnaround try. Tejas, easy save, Turner. Kicked high and up. Jaquin, out the right side. Intercepted and taken away, Simmons. And that one will roll past. Yanni Simmons, we knew she was going to be involved in this game. Hasn't gotten perhaps quite as many offensive pushes as she would have liked. 4 goals in the last 2 tournament games for Bermuda. Led them to an undefeated record in Group A to get them into this round of 16. And up the pitch, they go once again. On the run, again with a lot of speed is Tejas, trying to work her way around Zamira Webb, but she pushes her to the corner. Elisa Tejas really showcasing that speed within the last 5 minutes or so, especially up that left side. Got the ice-breaking goal. And then just a minute after that, Daniela Jaquin. And that has us at a 2-0 score in favor of Guatemala. Corner kick now for Dina Polanco. With the right foot cross. Deflected. Bermuda still in the penalty area, almost taken away by Contreras. But it's pushed out of danger. Guatemala going to go right back, though. Trying to gain possession and turn the corner. Castellanos thought she kept it in bounds. She did not. Now out of play. Bermuda coaches watching on. Their team trying to get back into this game, down 2-0. 2 goals in the span of about a minute and a half by Guatemala. Yasmin Castellanos sets the ball just beyond the line. Dina Polanco into the middle. She springs a player. It was Cruz. Just couldn't corral it with the proper foot, or else she would have been completely unchallenged. And up the right side of the pitch. Again trying to go forward, Kayla Romero, but she goes down. Got it off of her chest and Just tripped up at the last moment by Zarena Anderson. Another free kick for the Guatemalans. With the right foot, sent into the box, controlled, and down the kick. Just missing that one was Tejas, trying for her second. Turner waits to send it up. Headed down. Bermuda with brief control. Now Romero for Guatemala. To Daniela Jaquin, score of the second Guatemala goal. Good right foot, trying to find Cruz in the box. They get it to her. Good deke there with the left foot, Cruz. Unchallenged to the net. Bermuda with the kick. They get it out. Taken by Romero. He's in a good scrap with Simmons. The Guatemalans will get a throw in. Back to the defense. Trying to push forward now, Contreras. Thinking about the pass, Sandro Ovando. Contreras again, middle of the pitch. Ball goes past Cruz. Led by Castellanos to Polanco. Yasmin Castellanos in. Again hits Tejas. She sends it back out to Polanco. Good cross with the left foot from Polanco. Romero off of the post again. Tipped at the last moment by Turner. Another excellent save. And nearly a third Guatemala goal from Sandro Ovando. Up the right side and into the middle. Here's Medeiros. Couldn't get it up to Dowling. Guatemala back up the pitch, but that went out of play. Bermuda up. Trying to hit De Silva. Guatemala with possession now. It's Dina Polanco. Again, chips it forward. Tejas on the run. Forced to turn the corner. Backed all the way into it. That one's going to stay Guatemala possession. Well, Tejas thought it did. Will go to Bermuda. Got a late foot on it, did Elisa Tejas. So throwing it in, be good child for Bermuda. Guatemala threefold back on the defense now. Here's Castellanos. Springing Polanco now. Gets pushed to the corner. Corrals it with her left foot now. And out of play. And Goodchild is prepared for the throw-in. The player's still down right on the penalty box line for Bermuda. Stretching out a leg injury there with Samara Durrell. team going to check her over in the corner. See exactly what happened to her. This looks like stretched out one of those legs in a battle with Polanco. It's Guatemala up 2-0. Just entering the 70th minute here in Santo Domingo. Guatemala with some good possession. Contreras gets it to the top of the box. Cruz, she will get it away with the foot. Fanning on it there, Kayla Romero. Perhaps helped out by the soggy pitch conditions Bermuda were on that one. Not able to get her full foot in it, planting it into the grass. And now up. Whistle called. Guatemala ball again. It's Castellanos to Contreras in the middle, but that one taken away by De Silva for Bermuda. Trying to send it up. Now Kayla Romero for Guatemala. Intercepted by Edwards. She tries to spring the forwards up. Guatemala goes back downfield. Celsa Cruz. Tried to send it across. The ball slows down. Left side of the field. Contreras. Boots it forward. Cruz tried to get to it. Taken away by Bermuda. Medeiros looking to work up. She and Contreras collide. Another replay. Good little shove there from Medeiros to Contreras. Throw in by Goodchild. Medeiros up. And along the right side, pass again just beyond Simmons. And you figure if that's a player they can get in stride, Bermuda can have a couple really good chances in the offensive end. Yasmin Castellanos throw in. Taken away Cabral. Bermuda captain. Now up to Edwards. Renee Edwards again looking to find Simmons. Taken away by Guatemala. Dowling now. Dowling back to Edwards, trying to create some space. Too many blue jerseys around her. Castellanos tried to kick it out. Went out of play before she did. That will become Bermuda corner. One of the only ones they've had in the second half. As Guatemala prepares a few substitutions. Cross by Cabral. And they deflect it. They say the ball was out first before it got into the middle of the penalty area. Ashley De Silva thought she had a golden opportunity, perhaps cut this lead in half. Up the pitch and it rolls out now. Bermuda possession. We take a look at this. The referee with the flag up was very close on the line there, but they say it did go out on that bend. Across midfield. Guatemala now. Tejas trying to play it forward. Here's Dina Polanco. Dina Polanco trying to get a step. Again, Goodchild is the one back there defensively, and she's had an excellent second half in that regard. And now the substitutions will come for Guatemala. In will come Daniela Mazariegos, and out will come Nela Priego. Substitution as the 75th minute begins. And the other, Gila Tiraquis, will come in to replace the captain, Elisa Tejas. Scorer of the go-ahead goal for Guatemala in this game. And Tejas steps off to applause. Tiraquis comes in.
Damas y caballeros, sustitución por el equipo de Guatemala.
Striking with the right foot. Gotten by Turner.
Daniela Mazariega sale con el número 8. Elisa Texa entra con el número 19. Keila Tiriquis,
Up the field
minuto
and out.
74.
Bermuda, time ticking away for them to get back into this game. Around the 55th minute, Elisa Teja made it 1-0, followed up quickly by a goal by Daniela Jiquin. You think if they can just cut this lead in half, they'd have a lot of momentum on their side, were Bermuda. And a substitution made for them. As Shishuli Dowling will come off, Azari Easton comes into the game for Bermuda. Apologies, Trinae Edwards coming off.
Damas y caballeros, sustitución por el equipo de Bermuda. Sale con el número 11.
Castellanos
Che
stood up forward.
Dowling entra el partido.
Again,
con el número
Goodchild with the
19.
deflection out.
Azari Easton, al minuto 76.
Castellanos the throw in, headed out by the Bermuda defense. Here goes De Silva up the pitch. Good ball forward. Easton couldn't get that with momentum. Goodchild now. Up the right side, intercepted Castellanos. Pushed. Up the field now, taken away. Medeiros couldn't work her way around Contreras. Guatemala takes back possession, but only as far as Edwards. Trinae Edwards can't create much room. Now back up. Here's Tiraquis. Tiraquis, good footwork there. Creates some room, sends it to the middle just beyond Polanco. A few good moves there by Keila Tiraquis. Push the Guatemalan offense. Tiraquis again tried to go around Goodchild, could not. And one player just being attended to on Bermuda there. That's their captain, Emily Cabral. To walk off something. Perhaps only 12 minutes or so left in this one. As Cabral will get looked over on the sidelines. Castellanos prepares the throw in. And again, the Bermuda defense trying to hold as strong as they can. Down 2-0. Castellanos trying to take it away there from Edwards. And they move up and out. Trinae Edwards looking to make some offense happen for Bermuda. Yasmin Castellanos again with the throw in back to the Guatemala defense. Trying to move up again, Dina Polanco. Aquila Tiraquez and back. Tiraquez on the right side, crosses it into the middle. Fighting for possession of that one was Cruz. And sent out a play by Bermuda. Castellanos again gets it. Tiraquez back to Castellanos. Boots it in with the left foot. Easy save, Turner. Under the lights in Santo Domingo. It's been a great second half for both of these teams. Sadly for fans of Bermuda, though, Guatemala the only one getting on the scoreboard. And that went out of play by Bermuda. Guatemala will keep possession. They were up in that statistic 60-40 at the end of the first half. A lot more evenly matched in a scoreless game. They have come out ready to play in the second 45 minutes of this one. Looking to advance out of the round of 16. Good run here from Bermuda, though. Good tackle defensively by Daniela Mazariegos. Going to take the throw-in, Zarena Anderson. Trinae Edwards. Tiptoes her way around the defense. Looking for a cross now. Dribbles around. Back now into the middle. They were looking for Edwards. Taken away. And a whistle blown. Some contact between Edwards and Sandra Ovando. Now wearing the captain's band for Guatemala with Elisa Texa off. Guatemala prepares another substitution. It's one of their goal scorers, Daniela Jaquin. She will come off. Sofia Morales in. She will come in the final few minutes of this one.
Sale con el número 5, Daniela Jaquin. Entra al partido con el número 16, Sofía Morales, al minuto 82.
82nd minute. Guatemala makes perhaps their final substitution of Sofia Morales. And two players collide again, and again it's Trinae Edwards playing a very physical game, and a yellow card now administered. And it was again Edwards going after Sandra Ovando. So yellow card for Bermuda's number 8. Guatemala again preparing a free kick. Mazariegos up the pitch. Turning the corner, looking to gain some room. That was Romero. Trinae Edwards. Back on the ball for Bermuda. Sent it forward, but only headed back the other way. Trying to come up the left side. First, she has to corral that ball. Is Tirakis. Taken off of it. Back to Castellanos. And Guatemala content to let the minutes tick down in this one with a 2-0 lead. No passes that are going to be too dangerous. Sofia Morales. Up. May Edwards intercepts. Gets it up for De Silva. She loses control up the left side. Here goes Keila Tirakis. Couldn't feed Celsa Cruz. And Trinae Edwards again goes down. It's been contact now 3 times between her and Sandra Ovando. And another Guatemala substitution. They're going to take off one of their offensive stars, Celsa Cruz. Didn't show up on the goal sheet, but nevertheless had a great offensive game. And replacing her will be Brianna Valenzuela. Just 5 minutes and change to go in this one. Yasmin Castellanos, one of several Guatemala players who played all minutes in this game. A few late substitutions in this second half. And up through the middle. Trinae Edwards. Setting it up. And ahead of everyone. That was Emily Cabral. And the calm coach's bench for Bermuda. Looking like their fate may be sealed here in this knockout round. Castellanos in. Medeiros. Back to Edwards. Trinae Edwards. Bermuda tries to go up. That ball sails past Zari Easton and out. Back to Guatemala ball. With not much time left in this match. At the right side of the pitch now. Good job to work around. Crossed into the middle. Just looking for a streaking Dina Polanco. And sent out by Bermuda. Thrown in Sofia Morales. Polanco on it. And again, Trinae Edwards all over her as the whistle blows. Took the captain's van from Elisa Tejas. Bermuda up. Pass a little beyond Ashley De Silva. And Guatemala just content to play defensively, let the time tick down. Trinae Edwards trying to mount the assault for Bermuda. Crosses it over with the right foot. Will go in easily on the goaltender, Fabiola Montenegro. Guatemala again moving up into the middle to Dina Polanco. Flips it quickly. Out of the way of Romero, but still with Guatemala possession. Sofia Morales to take the throw in. For the throw-in now, Yanni Simmons. Back to Trinae Edwards. Bermuda looking to go forward. Down 2-0, but time ticking away. Up the pitch to Edwards. Couldn't feed it into the middle. Good tackle. Trying to work up a nothing but pink jerseys around her, Brianna Valenzuela. Bermuda again up. Again, feed couldn't be gotten to the middle for Ashley De Silva. Ball pushed out by Zamira Webb. And another late game substitution, this time for Bermuda. They will send in Azra Shakir. And off will come Caitlin Medeiros. Medeiros playing a very good striker position for Bermuda in this game. The clock now hits 90 minutes. And a good amount of extra time, like we saw in the first half, 4 minutes. So still life for Bermuda. They can gain possession here. Maria Contreras gets it away. Sofia Morales up. And pushing it forward. Here's Romero. Kayla Romero up the right side. She pushes it past into the penalty area. Crosses it. A very late deflection by Samara Darrell. Great effort up the right side by Kayla Romero. And this will become a corner for Guatemala. Maria Contreras. Strike it, trying to add perhaps one more late. With the right foot into the middle. Jumbled around and the Bermudans clear. Keila Tiraquez now for Guatemala. Sends it into the middle. Off the head of Valenzuela. Marie Mivet up to Keila Tiraquez. Bermuda goes up. They need to push the pace now. Emily Cabral gets it up. Now player down, bottom of the screen. It is Yanni Simmons. And a small but loud Guatemalan contingent in the stands. They've had their songs, they've had their air horns. Certainly an element you love to see, especially at this level, the great fan support of these dedicated U20 players. And Simmons unfortunately unable to put too much weight on that left foot here in the closing minutes of the game. An injury you always hate to see in stoppage time. Good throw in by Bermuda. They can't gain possession. And push back out. They will have another opportunity. They go in quickly. Trinae Edwards turns with her left foot. Almost able to gain some room. Kick back out once again by Daniela Marzariguez. Sofia Morales up the right side. Trying to seal off a Guatemalan victory. And when taken away, almost pushed up by Polanco. But out of play and into Guatemalan possession. Yasmin Castellanos with the throw-in. We'll just try to keep possession for Guatemala here. Referee should be looking over the watch anytime now. And with that throw-in, that will do it for the final whistle. Guatemala, a 2-0 victory, and they advance out of the round of 16 over Bermuda. Goals for them courtesy of their captain, Elisa Tejas, as well as Daniela Jiquin. I'm Sam Fryman. It was great to have you with us on this broadcast. 2-0, Guatemala over Bermuda.
Nos encontramos con Elisa Texa, capitana de la selección de Guatemala. Elisa, un encuentro bastante cerrado en el primer tiempo, pero en el segundo tiempo logran abrir el marcador y pues dejarse la clasificación en la siguiente ronda. ¿Cómo califica el partido?
Yo creo que pues por ahí un primer tiempo un poco flojo de parte nuestra, no captamos ciertas cosas que nos dicen los profes, pero creo que la charla de medio tiempo nos ayuda y bueno, ahí está el resultado.
A eso iba. ¿Qué cambió en ese descanso que vinieron con otra actitud al segundo tiempo?
Sí, yo creo que los cambios también entran de una muy buena manera y pues nos ayudan a mejorar. Por ahí los profes cambian un poco el esquema y bueno, creo que eso fue lo que dio el triunfo.
¿Cómo se preparan para la siguiente ronda?
Yo creo que tocará recuperarnos, ver qué nos ponen a hacer el cuerpo técnico, ¿verdad? Confiamos plenamente en ellos y bueno, a pensar ya en Puerto Rico, que creo que será nuestro rival. Gracias.
And an excellent game between Guatemala and Bermuda. We knew it was going to be a close one between these two teams, and it very much started that way. Some great early offensive attack from the Guatemalans, including this one. Kayla Romero, good boot with the right foot, but just off of the top post, saving Bermuda early. And it was off of a good intercept as well. Guatemala doing a lot of that in the first half. And they thought they would have their first one here as well. Another one goes off of the post, a try from Dina Polanco. And then waiting in the low end of the penalty area there to pick that one up. It was Celsa Cruz, but she just sends it high with her late attempt to get the right foot on it. Good play by Zakari Turner as well, the Bermuda goaltender. Trying to equally get out with their right foot. But then finally came the first goal for the Guatemalans. After a lot of different trying from Celsa Cruz. Just missed it with the right foot, missed it with the left foot. And the Bermudans, they would have their chances too, playing a very physical game. Was Trinae Edwards, especially in front of the net, almost got to that one. But it was scoreless after the first half. And both teams just trying to establish themselves as they did beyond the first 45 minutes. And there were a good couple of pushes, but getting the first goal, who else but the captain for the Guatemalans, Elisa Texa. Just some great footwork to get it on the right. And then just about a minute and a half later, off of a great down and in header, Daniela Jiquin getting the second goal for the Guatemalans. And that would be all it took in this game. Two goals coming close apart, but they would not give up their chances with the Guatemalans. Tejas trying for another one in the game. Eventually she was taken off towards the end of play. And from the top of the penalty area, again, a third post hit by the Guatemalans. And this one from Sandro Vando. But 2-0, the score that does it, and the Guatemalans advance out of the round of 16. And for this Concacaf Women's Under-20 Championship game, again, I am Sam Fryman. Thank you all for joining us as we take a look at the full-time stats. 18 official shots for Guatemala to Bermuda's just 2, only one of Bermuda's on goal. And really committing a lot of fouls, and that could have very well been the difference for Bermuda. 20 fouls total and 2 players with yellow cards, none for Guatemala. 13 quarters for Guatemala to Bermuda's 5, and they control the time possession 61-39. Still very evenly matched, but when the goals counted, Guatemala, they got their chances. They advance to the next round. They join Mexico, the United States, Canada, Puerto Rico, and others who will continue this journey towards FIFA World Cup qualification out of Concacaf in the Under-20 Women's World Championship. We thank you all for joining us tonight. I'm Sam Fryman. Have a good one.